You know, he was waving, right? And Miz says his wife outdid herself. This is great, but who's the fucking bear? You know, Maurice is like, I didn't get the fucking bear. And Miz was like, I didn't get the bear either. Who the fuck's in the bear costume? So, you know, I thought that Dean Ambrose was in the fucking bear costume. So, they both got worried. Miz slowly looked over at the bear. He walked over to the bear. He attacked the bear and gave the bear a skull-crushing finale. I laughed my fucking ass. I couldn't stop laughing, man. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing. So I don't know why I found this so funny, but everybody knew that. Even the announcers were like, oh, I know why the Miz did that, because, you know, they all figured it was Dean Ambrose. Miz lifted up the bear's head and said, I present to you the former Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. And the mask came off and said it was some fucking random guy. It wasn't Dean Ambrose. Miz says, well, at least, kid, you got beat up by the IC champ. So, clearly, the Miz was paranoid here. If there's one thing that Dean Ambrose does good is he plays mind games, and they are actually funny. You know? So, then there was a big, huge box that two guys rolled down to the ring. You know, again, the Miz got paranoid. He grabbed a steel chair. And instead of opening the gift that his wife got him, he started to attack the box, which was as big as a fucking refrigerator. He started to attack the box with the steel chair, because he thought Dean Ambrose was in the fucking box. The box fell over. He started giving the fucking box Ric Flair elbows and knee drops. It was fucking hilarious, dude. So he pulled out of the box a grandfather clock. Dean Ambrose wasn't in the box. So Maurice got pissed at this point. She shoved the microphone in his chest and says that the Miz ruined everything. And he's like, babe, I'm sorry, come back. Trying to apologize to Maurice. Maurice walked off. So Dean Ambrose, where the fuck is he? Miz gets back in the ring. There's a cameraman riding up the Miz's ass. And this clearly had to be Dean Ambrose. It looked like Dean Ambrose. It smelled like Dean Ambrose. Didn't look like a normal WWE cameraman. He took the hat off. He took the headset off. He put the camera down. Miz was seeing everything unfold behind him on the Titantron. Dean Ambrose is in the ring dressed as a cameraman. He wasn't the teddy bear. He wasn't in the box. But he snuck back in the building and got into a cameraman suit and somehow was standing out by ringside. Don't know where he came from, but he was there. Dirty deeds to the Miz, and that was it. Really, really good segment, man. I laughed my fucking ass off, and I enjoy good comedy when it's done right. This was hilarious. That was the only other good segment besides Samoa Joe on this entire show. And that alone does not make a good show. I'm telling you this right now. Enzo and Big Cass were supposed to fight Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. It ended up being the Big Show. My point system would rank this show a 5 up until this point. The majority of those points come from Samoa Joe and The Miz. But with the Big Show being introduced, my score went from 5 to 0. Because I deducted 5 points for the Big Show coming out and presenting himself on this show. Enzo tried to be funny and get some humor out of the Big Show. The Big Show sounded serious. Enzo says that he weighs 206, so that he's a heavyweight, you know. Or he's aiming for the cruiserweight division, but Enzo says that he weighs 206, so he's teaming with a heavyweight. Who gives a shit, you know? Big Show looked grumpy, and he looked angry, and he did in the most cringe-like fashion. He tried to play the part of Big Cass and get the crowd to chant along with the SAWFT, and he tried to sound all Brooklyn, you know? He tried to sound all Brooklyn, bro. Listen, bro, Big Show, you're past your prime, bro. You know, this is not 1998, bro. You know, we got guys like Sami Zayn, the cab driver. We got Kevin Owens. You know, he's a fat slob. He's out of shape. He doesn't look like a superstar. You compare these guys to the guys when I was around, like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and Diesel and Mr. Perfect, Triple H. Those guys look like champions, bro. You look at Enzo and you look at these 205 Live guys, bro, with the flips and the dives and the fucking acrobatics, bro. Come on, bro. You know? That's how you do it, Big Show. Get the fuck off my television, soft. Your rating for this show went fucking soft when this guy came out. Jesus Christ. And bad enough, Enzo and Cass, you know, They were supposed to battle Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I would have been okay with Enzo and Cass beating Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, but you got a fucking a bench player in the Big Show, and Anderson and Gallows are treated like fucking garbage. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They beat the former Raw Tag Team Champions in 2 minutes. How am I supposed to take Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows seriously anymore? Couldn't take them serious before this, but Jesus fucking Christ. If there's a team that needs a fucking shakeup and a move to SmackDown, it's these guys. God damn it, bro. Fucking awful. Big Cass was backstage. Enzo and Cass walked by, celebrating their win. Cass says it's funny that show's been gone for a few weeks, but as soon as Enzo needed a partner, he shows up. So he tried to blame Big Show for attacking him. It's not the Big Show. Big Show says, listen, I don't sneak around. You know, I don't fucking dance around. If I want to attack you, I'm going to attack you head on. So Enzo and Cass walk off, and that was it. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Absolutely a fucking waste of time. The Raw Women's Division is sinking further and further and further into the fucking ocean, into the blackness of the sea, man. This is awful. This is absolutely fucking awful. If we didn't get awful last night, they continued it this week on Monday Night Raw. This was just downright fucking awful. This was just as bad as what we seen last night. I mean, Nia Jax, you know, you proclaim you want to be on television. There you go. They gave you a championship match and they gave you 2 minutes of TV time. There you go. Next time, don't open your fucking mouth about not getting TV time. You know, she made a comment last week that, oh, look at SmackDown. They use all their women on the roster in SmackDown segments. Every one of them gets TV time every week. And there you go. Right? We got Sasha Banks on television this week. We got Mickie James and Dana Brooke even got TV time this week. Alexa, Nia. They were all on the show. But did it mean anything to anybody? Of course not. It's fucking garbage. Nia Jax gets her title match and Bliss wins by DQ. Bliss wins by DQ. Mickie and Brooke stood over her. Bliss shoved them. They attacked her. And the referee called for the bell. A complete waste of fucking time. A complete waste of fucking time. Bliss fought with James and Brooke at ringside. Jax shoved them away. Bliss dropkicked Jax. She no-sold it. Bliss ran away. Mickie and Dana entered. Jax destroyed both of them. So be it. So be it. Waste. An absolute fucking waste. The women's division on Raw right now is at its lowest point to date since the women's revolution. Awful. Paul Heyman was in the back. He was being attended to by a medic. Paul Heyman's phone rang, and they actually showed the phone ringing, and it said Brock. He picked up the phone, and it actually was on the phone screen on the iPhone. I don't know who he was talking to, but Heyman answered, and it looked like Heyman had been crying because he got choked out by Samoa Joe. He says that he was glad that he asked the question. What question that was, I don't know. He told Lesnar to instill that fear in Joe that Joe says he doesn't have. He told him to show up next week, and it's time that they unleash the beast. He hung up and he threw his phone away. Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. Main event. Main event of the show, 15 minutes. Who did you think was going to win? Samoa Joe was going to win. There was no other winner but Samoa Joe. But how did they get there? Bray Wyatt's fucking, video package shows up. The arena goes dark. He's nowhere to be found. And that led to Samoa Joe getting the coquina clutch on Seth Rollins. And that was it. He got distracted. Coquina clutch for the win. Boom. Tap out. 1, 2, 3. Joe wins in 15 minutes. Same shit. There was nothing different about what these guys did here compared to the last time. All the typical spots. You know, Rollins with his fucking sling blade and his blockbuster and his fucking frog splash. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. His dives. A main event that really wasn't a main event worthy match to close this show. But all we did was get Samoa Joe and him dominating because he's got a match with Brock Lesnar. There's no other way around it. Samoa Joe beat Seth Rollins to close Monday Night Raw, and that was it. That was it. Show done. Another awful show for Monday Night Raw. The only two segments worth anything right here was Samoa Joe and the Paul Heyman segment. And then the Miz Intercontinental Championship celebration with Dean Ambrose interrupting. The Miz and Ambrose looking like we're going to get another match. Hopefully it's not at the pay-per-view. Hopefully they do it before the pay-per-view. I'm very much looking forward to more Joe and Heyman and Lesnar next week for sure. The Corey Graves, Kurt Angle thing. Rumor going around that it's going to set up the return of Stephanie McMahon. That's where it's probably leading. I don't know what the text messages are or what they are insinuating, but it's certainly intriguing. And clearly we got the whole Cass situation with Enzo. The women's division right now, absolutely insufferable fucking garbage on this show. The tag team division is fucking garbage on this show. The Revival can't get back soon enough. And even they, no matter how great they are not going to save this fucking division. This show is a fucking steaming pile of shit. Last week was full rage, full anger. I'm trying to look at it in a broader environment here, but the show is still fucking garbage. And please, for the fucking idiots in the comment section, do not give a pass for this show. You know that I'm right. Don't argue with the fucking content creator. Don't argue with JD about this show. There was 2 segments on this fucking show that were good. Great. You know, I would say that they're great. I would give this show, honestly, a 4 out of 10 if I'm grading on a scale. Joe and Heyman were great, and Miz and Dean Ambrose with the championship celebration was fucking hilarious. I really enjoyed that. You know, then you got the Enzo and Cass intrigue, and then you got the Corey Graves intrigue, and that was it. That was it. Like I said, the women's division is insufferable. The tag team division is fucking garbage. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. It looks like they have no plans going to Great Balls of Fire. Finn Balor wasn't there. The Hardys weren't there. Bayley wasn't there. We don't know what's going on with the women's division. We don't know what's going on with the tag team division. It's just a fucking clusterfuck. It's a mess. And don't give them a pass. You know? Don't try and cover up and say, you know what? It was a decent show. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You're the fucking reason why the show sucks, because you continue to fucking give WWE a pass and you accept their mediocrity instead of calling out the bullshit that they do. This is why I come on here and give you guys the videos that I do. I do not sugarcoat anything. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. You know? When it's bad, call them out on the bad. When it's good, call them out on the good. And that's exactly what I did with this review. I called out what was good, and I called out what was bad. 80% of the show was bad. 20% of it was good. There's no sugarcoating it. Don't overcompensate for WWE. Don't. You know? This is why I don't listen to anybody else. This is why I don't really watch anybody else. Because everybody, they get on their hands and knees and they suck the dick. For what? You're not getting a job with WWE. So you might as well just call them out. You're a fan. And you know what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. Monday Night Raw is insufferable right now. Do not give them a fucking bye. Do not give them a pass. Because the show will never get better. If this show was 2 hours, it would probably... My rating would have been like a 6.5 instead of a 4. This show needs to go back to 2 hours desperately. Desperately. I can't stress that enough. But this was another shit show. And Joe, Heyman, and The Miz and Ambrose, even though I'm not a big fan of their feud, that was a great segment tonight. And that was it. Honestly, that was it. Looking forward to Samoa Joe next week. I can't stress that enough. Going to be a great week for Joe, Lesnar, and Heyman. Can't wait for it. They're making this really feel like a big deal, and I can't fucking wait for it. That's your review, man. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. And I will be back tomorrow with something. There might be some news coming out of Monday Night Raw. We'll figure something out. But if you missed any of the videos that I posted this past weekend, links will be in the annotation. Make sure you guys go and check them out. Sign that petition down in the comments below, please. Let's try and get that petition up to 50,000 and reach the maximum petition signed on there. Probably not going to help anything, but it's at least a try. So sign that petition if you guys want to see your favorite content creators right here in the YouTube wrestling community start to, you know, get treated fairly, man, because it's really unfair. But I'll be back next week. Follow me on Twitter, or I'll be back tomorrow. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at JDFROM206, and hit that subscribe button down below and the bell for the notification, man. I'm going to, you know, upload this video for you guys. I'm going to relax for the rest of the night. Don't feel well. And I will see you guys tomorrow with something, I'm sure. And then tomorrow we got SmackDown Live. So until then, I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Demolish that thumbs up, man. If you're excited about Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar, fucking smash that thumbs up, man, because I know I am. Thank you all so much. Enjoy your nights. I'll see you tomorrow for SmackDown Live. Owens and Nakamura. Talk to you later.